Hey, Richard.
What a great run we're having here, Avery.
I know. We're almost going to be 5 for 5.
Francis is away on vacation, so...
He's in Texas.
He's deep in the heart of Texas right now.
Yep, I'm sure he's having a good time there for a wedding. I need to start off with an apology to the memory of Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, we were talking about KFC yesterday and how they're sort of changing their name in Canada for the 150th birthday celebrations.
I'm a little sheepish that I sort of made fun of the fact that there's nothing much Canadian about Colonel Sanders. Did you know about his history with Toronto?
He lived in Mississauga for a while.
Why didn't you tell me this when I was going on my non-Canada rant?
I know, that eluded me yesterday, but he had a falling out with his chain in the U.S., and so he moved to Mississauga, and he lived there for many years, I believe.
I know. A viewer from a woman named Tracy Lynn sent me a message right after we got off the phone. In 1965, he moved here. He actually lived on a place on Melton Drive in the Lakeview area of Mississauga from 65 to 1980, the Colonel.
Wow. That's very cool, actually.
Apologies to his memory.
Yeah, he sort of ran the Canadian KFC operations because he got bought out and it went ugly down in the States.
So now I'm all supportive of the KFC celebration.
You just can't eat much there. That's the only problem.
Yeah, you know, not really. But anyway. Listen, tell me about Donald Trump. His name, gone out of the Toronto skyline. Yeah,
so the Trump Hotel and Tower, it is going to change its name. It has been sold to a company called JFC Capital, and it now has reached an agreement with the Trump Organization to buy out the naming rights. We don't know for how much, but it will likely be for millions. You know, of course, Avery, Trump never owned this building. He just licensed his name to it, and he operated the property. It has struggled financially. It's been the subject of some legal battles from those who bought condo units in it, but the hotel has actually been extremely highly rated. It has an almost perfect rating on TripAdvisor.
Wow.
Travelers seem to like the hotel. The signage will likely be removed by August 1st, and it's going to be, we believe, operated under the Marriott banner under a St. Regis hotel name. So there you go.
Okay, the ATM is 50 years old.
Do you still use ATMs? Are you cashless, or where are you on the ATM?
I'm usually always cashless.
Yeah, me too.
The ATM doesn't help me much on that, but yes, I do use the ATM or credit debit.
We're looking here, Avery, at the first transaction, ATM transaction ever. It was a British actor, Reg Varney, first person to use it. The first ATM opened in London back June 27, 1967. They only dispensed 10-pound notes back then. Of course, now 3 million ATMs globally. One opens every 7 minutes, they say, and in many ways the ATM has made banks popular again. In the pre-automatic teller machine world, many received their salaries in cash and then they paid for their bills with that cash, but ATMs made banking more convenient. And although, as we say, we're moving into more of a cashless society, you still have to have access, physical access to your funds. So I don't think the ATM is going anywhere anytime soon, Avery.
I heard something really amazing that I'm still trying to confirm, that if someone ever tries to get you to take money out, if you put your PIN in backwards, this sounds like an urban legend, but I've heard it enough times. If you put your PIN number in backwards, the police are automatically called.
I haven't heard. We're going to check on that. Let's get back to everyone on that, because I hadn't heard that, but that's interesting.
All right, so listen, you're looking at how much it would cost if you're planning a 150 party for Canada, because that's all we've been talking about.
Yeah.
How much it would compare with the centennial party some 50 years ago. What are you finding?
So the average Canada 150 party this year for 6 adults, 4 children, on the menu, burgers, hot dogs, pop beer, fruit, ice cream. That's pegged at an average $130. Compare that to the centennial parties 50 years ago today. That cost $15.50. The cost, though, is actually smaller now when you look at income growth. The 1967 party would have taken 15% of the average Canadian weekly salary. Today, it's 14%. Tastes have certainly changed. Beef consumption is down from 66 kilograms a year in 67 to 50 kilograms today. Of course, more vegetarians out there who are eating different things. Drinking habits have changed, too. Beer now accounts for just 40% of all alcohol sales in Canada, Avery.
All right, I'm one of the 50%, and I'll let you guess which 50% I'm on. But a new report says that half of Canadians fail. I can't even say it. I'm so bad at it. Fail at basic financial literacy testing.
Yeah.
That's me.
So let's put you to the test, shall we?
No,
Avery?
don't. No.
A mortgage term refers to the length of time you need to pay off your mortgage. True or false?
I would say the term is how long the rate is for, as opposed to the entire mortgage.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would say that, but it's actually, yes, it's false. It's false. So I think you're right. You're right.
Oh, I'm right.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Okay.
You're the business guy. You should know.
Some business guy I am. Okay, next question. You must pay for government insurance on mortgages when you have a down payment of less than 20%.
I know you get dinged in some way. I don't know if it's a government insurance. I think it is.
That is true unless the house is worth more than $1 million.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
I know. Well, nothing in the mortgage market makes sense these days. Next question. A car that is more expensive always costs more to insure than a cheaper car.
No.
Correct. It is false because it depends on all sorts of things. Red cars cost you more. You know, Avery, they got to teach, I think, financial literacy in school. It's not really getting taught, and that's why many Canadians get a failing grade.
I'm changing. I got 100% right there.
You did good.
I think that I'm actually a financial wizard. I may be coming over to 680 and taking over business with you.
Taking my job, Avery.
Taking your job. Now. All right, tell me, you know, you're always bringing us crazy, really ridiculously expensive things that people can buy. You have yet another one, and this may top it all.
This is crazy. A Prada branded paperclip is for sale.
No.
Yes, $185 for this paperclip. This is the craziest thing. It is Italian made. It's sterling silver, but it's just a paperclip, Avery, and it's getting all sorts of, you know, it's mocked online. One person said, for that price, it better hold my life together.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Richard. Have a great evening.